Have you ever wondered how something so massive, so powerful, it seemed like it would last forever, could just disappear? Today, we're diving into one of history's most epic stories, the fall of the Roman Empire. This wasn't just any empire, it was a civilization that shaped the world we live in today. For centuries, Rome was the undisputed superpower, controlling a vast territory that stretched across Europe, North Africa, and into Asia. Its military was legendary, its engineering feats were revolutionary, and its laws set the standard for justice. At its peak, during the 2nd century, Rome was in its golden age. This period, known as the Pax Romana, or Roman peace, was a time of incredible prosperity and stability. The economy was booming, the government was organized and efficient, and Roman culture spread to every corner of the known world. Just think about the incredible structures they built that still stand today. The mighty Colosseum, the intricate network of roads that connected the empire, and the aqueducts that brought fresh water to sprawling cities. Life was good, and it seemed like Rome's glory would never fade. But beneath the surface of this glittering golden age, the seeds of decline were already being sown. The empire had become too big, a sprawling giant that was incredibly difficult to manage from a single capital. Imagine trying to send a message from Rome to a general in Britain. It could take weeks. This vastness made it hard to respond to threats quickly and to govern effectively. On top of that, a slow-creeping disease began to infect the heart of the empire. Corruption, politicians, and officials started putting their own interests ahead of the state's, weakening the very foundations of the government. As political problems grew, the empire's economy began to crumble. To pay for its enormous army and lavish government projects, Rome started imposing crushing taxes on its citizens. Farmers and merchants struggled to make ends meet, which led to a sharp decrease in trade and production. The empire was spending far more than it was making, especially on defending its long, vulnerable borders. To make matters worse, the government started devaluing its currency by mixing cheaper metals into the silver coins. This caused massive inflation, making money practically worthless and destroying the savings of ordinary people. The economic engine that had powered Rome for centuries was sputtering to a halt. With the economy in shambles, the political situation went from bad to worse. The 200s were a period of pure chaos, often called the crises of the 3rd century. Being emperor became one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. Many emperors were assassinated, often by their own bodyguards or rival generals hungry for power. This led to constant civil wars, as different military leaders marched their armies on Rome to seize the throne. The army, which was supposed to protect the empire, was now controlling its politics. This constant infighting shattered Rome's unity and stability, leaving it dangerously exposed. While Rome was tearing itself apart from the inside, powerful new threats were gathering on its borders. Various groups, which the Romans collectively called barbarians, began to press in on all sides. Tribes like the Visigoths, the Vandals, and the fearsome Huns, led by their legendary leader Attila, launched raid after raid into Roman territory. The once mighty Roman legions were stretched thin, trying to defend thousands of miles of frontier. They simply couldn't be everywhere at once. One by one, border defenses failed, and these invading groups poured into the empire, sometimes settling peacefully, other times sacking and plundering major cities. Facing an empire on the brink of collapse, Emperor Diocletian made a radical decision in 285 AD. He decided the empire was too large for one person to rule, so he split it in two. This created the Western Roman Empire, with its capital in Rome, and the Eastern Roman Empire, with its capital in a new city called Constantinople. The idea was to make the empire easier to govern and defend. However, the split had an unintended consequence. The East was far richer, more populated, and more stable. The West was poorer, politically chaotic, and bore the brunt of the barbarian invasions. Over time, the two halves drifted apart, and the Western Empire grew progressively weaker. The weakness of the West soon became terrifyingly clear. In 410 AD, the unthinkable happened. The city of Rome itself was attacked and sacked by the For the first time in 800 years, an enemy army had breached the walls of the Eternal City. The psychological shock was immense across the empire. It was a sign that Rome was no longer invincible. Just a few decades later, in 455 AD, the Vandals did it again, plundering the city for 2 weeks. Meanwhile, Attila the Hun and his armies rampaged through the western provinces, pushing the empire further into crisis. These devastating attacks shattered what little strength and morale the Western Empire had left. The final blow came in the year 476 AD. By this point, the Western Roman Empire was just a shadow of its former self, controlling little more than Italy. The real power was held by barbarian generals who commanded the army. In that year, a Germanic chieftain named Odoacer deposed the last Roman emperor, a young boy ironically named Romulus. Odoacer didn't bother to name a successor. He simply declared himself king of Italy. And just like that, without a final epic battle, the Western Roman Empire was officially over. This date is traditionally used by historians to mark the end of antiquity and the beginning of the Middle Ages in Europe. But even though the empire fell, its legacy is everywhere. The fall of Rome wasn't an end, but a transformation. Roman law forms the backbone of many modern legal systems around the world. Latin, the language of the Romans, evolved into modern languages like French, Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese, and it gave English thousands of words. The architectural genius of the Romans, with their use of arches, domes, and concrete, can still be seen in buildings today. And their ideas about government, citizenship, republic, and culture have continued to influence societies for over 1,500 years. So, while the Roman Empire may be gone, its echo continues to shape our world in countless ways. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey into history interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more stories like this. See you next time.